Captain Gunlance, and hitting you guys with another build video. This is another cosplay video. If this is coming out before or after the Lionel video, this is the second cosplay video that I am doing, and this is Lady Maria, quite possibly my favorite character in Bloodborne. Hell, who knows, we might have to make it my favorite character in every single game, apparently, seeing how Lionel was my favorite in this game. But basically, I just wanted to go over this build with you because I haven't seen anyone else do a build around Lady Maria. I have seen a lot of cosplays, which I don't even have the correct outfit as of right now. I have to go and farm, I believe, like a different version of the aristocrat garb, I believe. I don't know. I thought that this one looked kind of cool. It's more of a, I guess the lore would kind of be that this is her not in her OG outfit. I don't know, like she's just out in the world hunting beasts. I don't know, whatever it is. But since there isn't a real way to make the split blade, I kind of went a different route. Most people are doing probably a better idea would be to use like a thrusting sword. I don't really know which one people have been using, but probably just like a rapier. Just using two different rapiers that do bleed damage. And why does this music sound so loud? I'm gonna turn that down right quick. I apologize. But basically, this build is actually pretty good. I don't ever use these builds, in all honesty, through PvE. I've been playing a lot of PvP lately, so this build is more orientated towards PvP. Now, if you are interested in knowing who made this Lady Maria character, give me 1 second. I know it's a little unprofessional, but I am trying to look up so I can actually give the person the correct love. It is Red Chrono. If I remember to, I will put his video down in the description, but this is his version of Lady Maria. I thought it looked super good. If you look on the video, I don't think mine turned out as good as his, just because some of the sliders I believe are a little different depending on what console you're on, whether you're on PC or an actual console. So yeah, this is the Lady Maria build. And basically what I decided to do was use the Rivers of Blood as an opposite. So I personally do not like the Rivers of Blood. I think it's one of the worst weapons ever made by FromSoft, and I just think that this weapon should be nerfed, but I don't think it should be nerfed into the ground. I will say that, you know, if people do enjoy this weapon, they should be able to use it. The only thing is that I don't think this should be able to stun lock you and you get hit by every single attack. I believe the last one isn't a guarantee, but I can tell you that every string is a guarantee attack. So if you're not rolling out of it correctly or anything along those lines, you will get hit by that, and there's literally nothing you can do. So I don't think that should be something. I don't think the damage is really too crazy. I have seen some people like one-shot me with it. But at the same time, it could have just been because of my negations and or health at the time. So, in all honesty, I don't ever use this in the actual PvP. This is like a literal last resort. And the only reason why I do have it in the build is because she has attacks that are literally from Rivers of Blood. So this whole like attack is something that she does kind of do in the actual boss fight. It just has fire instead of blood. Well, blood and fire, I should say. But this is mostly the weapon that I've been using. It's the closest thing that we really have to the Rakuyo, which I believe is what it was called in the last game, in Bloodborne. But this is pretty much the closest thing we have. Now, these things, they're not necessary for this. If you do not want to do them, you can take all of those points out of faith and move those to anywhere else. Probably just give yourself a little bit more damage would probably be the better option, in all honesty, just because these things, they're not really anything that she ever did in the boss fight. I just wanted the extra build. Plus, the swarm of flies rarely, if ever, actually hits anybody. If they do run into that, then good for you, I guess, because nobody has seemingly done that for me. And this thing, it's the only other blood attack in the game that I could think of, so that's on it. Now, Flame Granting Strength, that's an obvious one, just gives you, I believe, a little bit of protection and a little bit of damage. So I just thought, you know, it makes her look like she's on fire like she was in the fight, and that pretty much is what that is. Now, if you could put the blood flame thing on this, I definitely would. I don't believe you can, and that would be kind of dumb if you could. So let me just double check that, so I realize that I'm not being dumb. Okay, yes, you cannot put it on. That would have been kind of cool if you could, but obviously you can't. Now you can definitely use any of the other pole blades. Like hell, dude, like the twin blade itself might be pretty good because then you can put the blood flame on it, which would kind of, you know, still match the vibe that she has with the blood and the fire. And then you could probably put seppuku on that as well. Actually, well, I don't think you can put blood flame on seppuku, but you get what I mean. So yeah, without further ado, sorry about that, we have the stats. So what I decided to do for the stats was basically just level up the two weapons that I'm using. So Vigor is at 60 just to give that really, really fat, juicy health bar so that I can tank hits and things like that. She is a boss after all, so why not give her pretty much the soft cap of health. The endurance is just to hold the two weapons. Again, you do not need the 20 points in that if you do not want to have the two weapons, or you might need that if you want to go for the two rapiers. 12 strength is for the weapon stats as well. I believe, yeah, both of them do require it. So the reason for the 50 dex and the 48 arcane, obviously arcane scale is very good with anything bleed. And so we're pumping 50 for this weapon because this one scales better with dex. And then we are doing 50 for this one as well, but it scales with arcane a little bit more. I believe if I get this to plus 10, I think. I don't know if any of these change, but as you can see, they do have pretty much the same stat buildup, so that way you have all of that. So the cool thing about this build in terms of PvP is that it will actually, I know I just said that, you know, we should probably take away the stun lock on this thing, but while they're here, let's just enjoy them, because the special art that's on this thing will pretty much hit and stagger them and lock them in that animation until the very end. So just to basically show off the build, we're going to do a couple games of PvP. Hopefully everything goes well. I played a couple before this just to warm myself up. And we're gonna basically two-hand it. I think two-handing this thing is actually a little bit better just because it has more attacks like that. Like it has the double attacks. I wouldn't ever R2. If you can land an R2, then definitely do it, because that is a lot of damage that will happen, but I've never been able to land an R2. I wouldn't even say the jump attack is that good. Maybe this one. Maybe the jump R1. But let's see. Let's see what we can do. What do we got?
Hey.
Those two thrusting swords. I did not mean to do that. Let's do this. Woo! Man had some meaty weapons on him. That was pretty damn scary. See ya. He almost killed me. I'm not even gonna pretend like I should have lived that. That dude definitely was whooping my ass that entire time. But as you can see, the damage on it is pretty fucking good. Even for it not being like the crazy strength weapons that you can see, where it's like, oh, this has 300 base damage. This thing does a lot of damage strictly just because of the bleed buildup. Now, obviously, the Godskin peelers with all the crazy like frost, poison, those kind of crazy things that you can put on these things definitely would probably be better. But again, this is just a cosplay build if you want to make a build with Lady Maria. I'm actually probably going to do a whole playthrough with this. It might be my like 5th playthrough, starting my new game 4. So yeah, I mean, if you guys do enjoy this video, hit that like button and do subscribe. If you want any more build videos, just let me know. I'll make any kind of character video. If you want me to do goddamn patches, I'll do patches. But yeah, I'll see you all later. Enjoy this PvP.